back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my unpopular opinions on relationships, friendships, and family. I am saving the best for last, so stay tuned for the juiciest part of the video. Alright, so first I'm going to start off with relationships. There will be ups and downs, okay? No relationship is perfect. Not everything is going to be holly jolly, you know, honeymoon phase for the whole time that you guys are together. What builds a relationship is being able to work through those things and coming back stronger, not giving up when things get hard, because then were you ever solid in the first place? I know that social media has made toxicity seem like it is appealing, but cheating is not a part of the ups and downs of a relationship.
Stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
Your significant other, you are not a good person. And if your significant other sticks around afterwards, that does not make them a ride or die. They're not a ride or die. Like, how are you gonna stay with somebody who is not loyal to you? Like, loyalty is the #1 expected thing in a relationship. If someone can't be loyal to you, then how could they give you like everything else? Like, my other unpopular opinion is men deserve to be taken on dates. Yes, sis, I'm talking to you, sis. I'm talking to you, okay? Your boyfriend deserves to be taken on a date. Like, take him out to his favorite restaurant. Take him out to a fast food place. Buy him whatever, like, pay for the food. Like, come on now. If he can do that for you, why can't you do that for him? Like, we need to break the double standards. It is 2020. Get it together, please. How do you expect for someone to treat you like you're special when you can't even do the same for them? You know, like, it's everything in a relationship is 50-50, vice versa. Just food for thought. Okay, another point I have is compromise can make or break your relationship. If, let's say you guys are in an argument and you're being hard-headed and you don't want to hear the other person's side, then it's not going to work out, because 1, you're not always right. Like, that's just it. And 2, like, you're not always going to agree with what your partner has to say necessarily. Like, you're not always going to be like, yes, that's a fact. Like, you have to push past it and try to make things work. Another thing, if your partner sees that you're able to make sacrifices for them, then they might be able to do the same thing for you. And if they're not, then bye. Next topic I'm going to be covering is friendships. So friendships, in my opinion, are one of the most fragile relationships in our lives, because they're not family. They're not your partner, so to speak. Like, they don't have any obligations to stay with you or to be loyal to you. So it's more like if that person wants to be. All right, the first thing I gotta say is that a small group of friends is better than a big group of friends. And that is just that on that, because when you have way too many people in your business, way too many people watching what you're doing, that is when stuff hits the fan. Like, I've had a big group of friends before, yes, and it was like, you guys have fun because you have more people, you have more like you have a variety of different personalities in your group, right? So it's more enjoyable. You always have that one person to make you laugh, that one person you could talk to. But when drama is happening, no. When the people in the group start talking about each other and everyone is just laughing in front of each other's faces and talking like behind their backs, like, that is not okay. That is the one thing that I don't like, because that is malicious, and that is just beyond me. Like, I would say that if you really are friends with somebody, then you wouldn't take the time out of your day to talk bad about them with other people in your friend group. Now, this is like a part 2 to what I just said, in a way. If we stop being friends for whatever reason, and I'm not talking bad about you, then if you talk bad about me, do not come to me talking about, oh, can we be friends again?
Oh, hell no!
What? If you go behind my back and you start talking about me, and I'm not even worried about you, because #1, what happened was not that serious, and #2, like, who cares? And you have the audacity to sit there and talk about me with people who I don't even like, then why do you feel like I would want to be your friend again? Why? Just why? Now, if we were both talking about each other and we own up to what we said, and I tell you to your face what I said and you tell me what you said, then that is different, because at that point, like, you've earned my respect, like, we both were able to own up to what we said, and that shows a level of maturity. But if you come behind my back talking about, oh, I want to be your friend again, da, 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 you don't even tell me what you were saying or admit that you were talking bad about me, no. Okay, now this last one, I feel very strongly about. Just because you get into a relationship doesn't mean that you can go ghost on your friends.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
That means you were never a real friend to begin with. Because if you were, that means that you wouldn't just, be able to stop messing with me. You feel me? You would really make time for me because you would value our friendship before that person that came into your life. Like, if you really love me, if you really mess with me, then you would not do that because I would need more or about the same as that person. I would never leave my friends behind just because I got in a relationship. I would never stop talking to my friends because I got into a relationship. I would never stop hanging out with my friends, making time after school just because I got into a relationship. Your partner is not your world. You need to keep other social relationships outside of your relationship in order for your relationship to thrive. Because if you guys are just always on top of each other and just living on top of each other, the whole situation just becomes toxic and annoying because you rely on them for your happiness because you don't have any other sources to look into. I don't know, but I hope you guys, you get what I mean. Now, if you are a real friend and you felt that, if you're not, now if you stuck around for this part of the video, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow my social media. But now on to the juiciest topic, the one I have the most to say about, which is family. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is that loyalty makes you family, not blood. So let's say that you're my closest cousin, right? And you tell me your secrets and I tell you mine. The difference is those secrets will not leave here and come out of here. I do not talk about my family. I do not tell my family's secrets. I don't gossip about my family to other family members. Like, no, that's just not what you do, because that does not make you real. If you can go behind someone's back when they trusted you with their stuff and tell your auntie, your uncle, your grandma, your stepsister, your stepbrother, what is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you? Nobody is going to trust you now. I'm never telling you anything again, and now you're fake. You're fake. The next unpopular opinion I have is just because you are family does not mean you cannot get cut off. You will get cut off if you are toxic, manipulative, or abusive. Like, that is just it. I do not need you in my life if you are not a person that is benefiting me and bringing good into my life. You got to go. I don't care if you have the same bloodline. You got to go. I don't care if you have the same name. You got to go. Just go. Just leave. I understand that may be easier said than done, but at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you. And if you really think about it, when you're older, those people are gonna get cut off anyways. Like, it doesn't matter what age you are, they're going to get cut off. So if you can't totally cut them off, then just distance yourself. Now, this is something I feel very strongly about. Only respect your elders if they respect you. And I said what I said and I meant what I said, because just because somebody is older than you does not mean that they do not have to respect you. Respect that you give me, I give to you. Respect is earned and not given, okay? Just because you're 65 years old and you're my grandma or you're my aunt does not mean that you get to call me names or make me feel belittled or bully me. Like, that is not what we're gonna do. And I'm not gonna sit here like, yes, grandma, yes, auntie. No. Now, this is something else that I feel very strongly about. Just because we're family does not mean that you know me in any way, shape, or form. You don't know why I do the things I do or why I act the way that I act. You cannot talk bad about me to other people if you don't know why I do the way I do. Like, just because you're my aunt and my uncle does not mean that you lived in the same household as me. Like, you don't know how I was raised or what made me act how I do. So don't judge. Okay. You cannot control every aspect of your children's lives. You just can't. If you tell your children to not do something, they're probably gonna end up doing it anyways, but just behind your back. Like, either you tell them they can't do it and they don't tell you when they do it, or you tell them to be open about it and they will speak to you about it. This connects to my next point, is strict parents make sneaky children. If I feel like I can't talk to you about anything, I'm just not going to talk to you about anything. Like, I'm going to do whatever I want regardless, and you're just not going to know that I'm doing whatever I want regardless. I feel like with your relationship with your children, you need to have open communication, but that also comes with no judgment and respect. And and trust and understanding. Because yes, your children can tell you what they do, right? It all depends how you act when they do tell you. Because if I decide that one day I want to tell you something that I haven't told you and I do, and it backfires on me, I'm never telling you anything again. Like, and now we're on to my last point. Speaking up for yourself is not disrespectful. Most of the time, when you're in an argument with your parent or a family member, you're just speaking your mind. You don't mean to come off as rude or disrespectful. But it's like everyone has their own mind, their own opinions. Why am I not able to express those to you and speak my mind? That just comes in with more trust and communication, and everyone is not going to agree with what you have to say. Everybody has different opinions. So if just because you think you're right doesn't mean you're right, and just honestly, just because I think I'm right doesn't mean I'm right. But that's where we meet in the middle. Okay, now that concludes my video on my unpopular opinions about friendships, relationships, and family. If you disagree, you can always let me know down below in the comments. Just because I said leave your opinions down below does not mean you have to be disrespectful about it. Okay? If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share with others. Also, turn on your post notification bell so you can be notified whenever I post. And thank you for watching.